everyone, welcome to my channel Love Grows Tarot. I'm here to do a tarot card reading for the sun sign of Sagittarius in the month of November. If you like my readings, please subscribe and like. If you want notifications for upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave descriptions in the description box below, including a link for donations, which are greatly appreciated and highly useful. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there. #LoveGrowsTarot. And if you want a more personal, in-depth reading with me, from me, go to my Etsy shop, Love Grows Tarot shop. These are general readings. They're not going to resonate with absolutely everyone, and the themes and energies of these readings can take place in the future, so please come back at any time to review these readings. I begin with 3 cards, the overall energy for the month, what to be mindful of for the month, and where some additional luck may be coming to you for the month. I am guided by the tarot cards and by spirit. I follow through with the rest of my reading, and then I finish off with the Wisdom Oracle, the Animal Spirit Oracle, and Moonology Oracle. So let's get started for this reading for Sagittarius in the month of November. So we're going to start with the overall energy for Sagittarius in the month of November. What is going to be the overall energy for Sagittarius in the month of November? The overall energy for Sagittarius. So the overall energy for you, Sagittarius, in the month of November is coming from the Empress. The Empress is a major arcana card, so these are important lessons and strong messages. So the Empress is all about creation, creating ideas, creating a world, being close to nature. She's Mother Earth, connecting to Mother Earth in many ways. She's also about birth. So this is going to be the overall energy for November, Sagittarius. A real connection to nature, a real connection to earth values, creating things, be right on top of your projects, your creative work. New ideas will be coming to you. For some of you, there may be birth, it may be yourself, or maybe people around you. And that's the overall energy for November. What to be mindful of in the month of November comes from another major arcana card, and this time it's the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is when you have a moment in time where things seem to be standing still, because this moment in time is gaining you new perspectives, new ways of looking at things, enlightenment in some sense. So be mindful of how you look at things in the month of November. Be mindful of the perspective and how you're seeing things, especially this year, because there's a lot of challenges and there's a lot of anxious energy and there's a lot of emotions floating around, and we're quick to jump to conclusions, and we're quick to perceive things maybe not quite as they are, because we're just so anxious and so nervous and in fear. So it's a really good time to be mindful of the perspective that you're looking at things, and it's really going to open up your heart and open up your mind to a new part of yourself. So it's going to be quite awesome for you if you keep that in mind, of just sort of staying still and finding new perspectives. Overall, extra additional luck coming for you is coming from the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of luxury and refinement, but it's also a card of independence and making your own way and creating your own successes that lead up to a life of luxury. It's also surrounding yourself in that kind of environment. As you can see, she's in a vineyard and she's on an orchard, and she's in a place that's quite opulent. So there could be a chance that your additional luck comes from just traveling that road, being more independent and paving your own way, being strong, making your own decisions, maybe gaining back your own power for some of you. That's going to be very important for you in the month of November, and that's where you're going to find your luck, is in your independence and your ability to create your own world and manifest your own world. So what else does Sagittarius need to know about in the month of November? So we have the King of Swords. The kings are the masters. The swords are your thoughts, your ideas, the legal system, justice. You're communicating, being truthful, being honest, being straightforward. This man could is a more mature energy. This man could be in the field of service, in law enforcement, as a judge, in the military, any place where he is using his communication strength and his honesty as servitude. It also, when you get the court cards, it also can be asking you to take on more of this kind of energy. So that would be being very straightforward, being very truthful, being very intellectual, because the swords are not an emotional card, so we're not using our emotions to guide us. We're using our mind and our communication and our thoughts to guide us, and using clarity and being clear and being straightforward. So make a point to try and use that kind of energy for yourself in the month of November. Just be very honest and very truthful and very straightforward with your thinking and your communications. And then we have another sword. So now we have the Page of Swords. So we have the King of Swords and the Page of Swords. So it could be, for some of you, it could be a father-son kind of energy. The Page of Swords is always looking up to the King of Swords, trying to emulate his qualities, or just trying to impress the king with what he's doing. But sometimes the Page of Swords can be a little bit too what's the word I'm looking for? Too risky. So you really sort of have to watch out for that. So there could be a relationship here that is of that kind of like energy, where it is someone that's trying to impress their parents and goes out of their way to do things, but maybe is a little mischievous and maybe gets into a little bit of trouble. Then we have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is going on a spiritual quest and leaving things behind that no longer hold interest. Just letting go of the materialistic world and moving on into a more emotional connection, especially to a spiritual connection. So we have this situation here where it might be the father and the child, and under the father's rule is just a little bit too much, and now this person is leaving and going off to find themselves and find things that are more important, find things that are true to them. It's also a lot with climbing mountains, so it could be because the overall energy for the month of November is coming from the Empress. It could have to do with going off into a wilderness setting and climbing mountains, or going away to a place that is connected in the mountains and by streams and by water. So watch for those kind of things. And then we have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is always all about growth. That's what the wands are. It's your drive, your ambition, your growth, your entrepreneurial spirit. Things are growing, things are moving out into a world level. So the situation here could be very positive to if there is a situation of somebody going away from maybe parental control or under that sort of parental umbrella, finding their own way. And now they've discovered things that they love and that they can do, and that they're really growing, and now they're focusing on who they are and what they can be in the world. And they've got a lot of drive and they've got a lot of ambition to make all these things possible. And then we have Justice. So that's another major arcana card. So Justice comes around when things are in the legal system, for sure, when things are not in balance. And if it is something in the legal system, or you're in a contractual agreement with somebody, or something's going on where it has that strong feeling of legalities, It's going to play in your favor. It also asks you to uphold justice too, to whatever you're doing, especially if you're growing and you're expanding your businesses or anything. Just make sure that you know that everything is in writing, and you know that everything is, the contracts are good, everything's sealed, everything's fair, everything's legal. So what else does Sagittarius need to know about in the month of November? The month of November for Sag. Okay, the cards are good. Okay, we're going to organize the cards a bit, and then we'll get going again. So what else does Sagittarius need to know about in the month of November? Sagittarius in the month of November. What else did they need to know? So we have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is rejoicing, a harvest, getting together with your friends. It's a strong partnership, a community. So what we have with Justice is a period of growth, and things are going well, and now it's time to celebrate. There's going to be a good reason for you to be celebrating, especially if things are going to be going your way. Then you're going to be celebrating this victory. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So now we get it back into the family, and we get into family legacies. So there might be an inheritance for some of you. It's also a family that has a long lineage, and the connection and the security within that. So you may come across this, or this could be maybe really a part of the situation with the King and the Page of Swords up here. So if it is the Page of Swords that is going off in a new direction, and maybe has come to age and wants to leave the control, the parental control, and is going off on his own to build his own world, and everything is going quite well. And now we're back with the family. So maybe there is the impression from the family now is very strong, because you are now doing something that you're like developing your own world, and you're creating your own business, and you're creating your own career, which under the family umbrella is a very strong situation. Or like I said, it just may very well be an inheritance. And then we have another major arcana card. This is Death. This is a transition. This also can be linked to the inheritance aspect of things. So some of you, there may be an inheritance involved for sure. Death is also a transformation. You're moving from one level to the next. You have outgrown. You've done all that you can, and now you're ready to expand, and you're ready to take on a whole new journey in life, and it's starting to happen for you. And then we have Strength. Another major arcana card. So there's quite a few major arcana cards here. So there's going to be quite a few life lessons and quite a bit of transitioning for you, Sagittarius, in the month of November. And Strength is really your power and your control over your emotions. But so this is, you're gaining, you have more power. You have a stronger sense of yourself. You are very empowered, and now you can take on. So death has come in this transformation, and this transformation, you are definitely more powerful. So in the month of November, you're going to really find yourself. You have to be mindful of the Hangman. So that's where you're going to be looking at new perspectives and new things, and you're really going to be introspective and really sort of get down to what it is that you value in your life and in yourself and in the world. And there could be a very good chance of leaving that kind of family situation where maybe their values are not yours, or just you're at that time that you are ready to go. There very well could be a strong connection to nature, and that's the direction that you're going to go on this quest. And within this quest, you're going to develop new ideas and new projects and new ways of building a career for yourself. With Justice, the legalities point in your favor, but also make sure that everything that you do is fair and square. Don't try and cut corners. Don't get involved with people that are trying to make something seem like it's going to be easy, because in actuality, they could be very deceitful. There's going to be reason for celebration within this too. And at the bottom here, there very well could be an inheritance coming your way. But through your transition and through these experiences, you come out very, very powerful here with strength. So we're going to get some advice from the Wisdom Oracle. What does Wisdom Oracle have to say for Sagittarius in the month of November? For Sagittarius. So it is coming from number 15. So it is a message in a bottle. So this is a good time for you to listen to your intuition and look for synchronicities. Messages in a bottle are things that you find, and these things are magical and inspiring. And by watching for synchronicities and listening to your intuition and letting it guide you is going to steer you into new opportunities and just a whole new way of the way you perceive things and the way you get the messages from the universe, that you're in a good direction, or you understand the universal gifts and how they come in different size packages, and they are very much messages in a bottle. So you have to be more aware and on top of your intuition, so that you can understand these and see these more, because they're going to be very helpful for you. So what does the Animal Spirits cards have to say for Sagittarius in the month of November? So it's coming from number 11. Number 11 is a very powerful number in numerology. It's a master number. It's a very spiritual number, very connected to angels number. So this card is telling you that transformation is beautiful and that you are in a transformation, and to allow that self. So if you do have that, and then well, we have two cards here, so I'm going to use this one as well. This one's coming from 28, which is the Frog Spirit, which is a very beautiful connection to nature, because frogs are very, very important right now. Bees and frogs are a link that we need to really, really protect, because they are so profound as far as like our health and well-being in this world, and being able to sustain ourselves. So with the Frog Spirit, it says clear out the clutter. So get rid of the clutter, move on, move forward. And this is perfect for the Eight of Cups, because that's exactly what this is about. This person is just leaving all that behind, all the clutter, all the materialism, and just embarking on a whole new adventure. So the transformation is going to be beautiful, and then you've got to clear out the clutter. So if this is the direction that you've sort of been really sort of feeling that you need to go, maybe some fear is holding you back, don't be held back. Go on that spiritual quest, because it's going to be very powerful for you, and it's going to be very transformative for you. Okay, now we have Moonology. So what does Moonology, what is the advice from Moonology for Sag in the month of November? Sagittarius in the month of November, what advice do we have from the moon? So it's coming from the full moon in Capricorn. Full moons are all about release. They're about forgiveness. And this is telling you that the end of a tough cycle approaches. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Clear up the clutter. Go with the transformation. Look for the synchronicities. Look for those things. Look for those numbers that keep on appearing. Look for things that repeat themselves. Look for like all kinds of synchronicities, because these are messages, and these are messages telling you that everything is okay. So it's a very strong reading. We've got a lot of major arcana cards. It is a transformative reading, so don't resist this transformation, because it's going to be very important, and it's going to be very powerful, empowering for you. And yeah, so it's a very good reading for you for the month of November. You know, November's going to be a crazy month because there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world today. We have changes. We have a lot of planetary stuff that's going on. We have Mars retrograde in Aries, which is very confusing for a lot of people. We have a Mercury retrograde coming through from October into November, clearing up by the end of November. So that in itself is going to be very confusing as well. During the retrograde, which starts on the 13th, please try not to try to take care of the stuff from the past that needs to be taken care of. If you have any projects that need to be completed, complete them. Sort of focus on that, and that kind of like clear out the clutter kind of situation. Get all those things together that are sort of left around that you haven't really been like completing, and start just tidying them up and so that you can move forward. So that's your reading for the month of November. That's your reading for the month of November, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed these readings. I enjoy reading for you. If you like these readings, please subscribe and like. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave descriptions in the description box, and also a link for donations, which are greatly appreciated and highly useful. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there, #lovegrowstarot. And if you want a personal, more in-depth reading from me, go to my Etsy shop, Love Grows Tarot shop, and you can purchase one there. I wish you all the best in the month of November. I want you to stay safe, not only for yourself, but for the safety of others, and I will see you next time.